Most golfers spend their entire lives avoiding the one part of the game that's actually going to lower their scores and help them win tournaments, and that's putting. I've been a competitive golfer for over 30 years. I was a junior and a high school state champion, a collegiate champion, an NCAA All-American, as well as medalist at the United States Amateur at Pinehurst. All that has taught me that there's truly one thing that separates those that are great from good and that truly helps people win tournaments, and that's putting. And everybody wants to avoid practicing it. I'm gonna give you some of the most honest putting advice you've heard in a really long time. Truth number one, you will drop more strokes on and around the putting green than any other part of your game. So you continue to practice those parts of your game that are fun. How many times have you walked off a golf course thinking, if I could just have avoided my 3 putts, I would have played really well. Yet you go back to the golf course and what do? Well, you hit golf balls because that's just what we do. That not only will not make you better, it will make you worse. But more than that, you're not practicing the part of your game that is going to lower your scores. I was recruited to play collegiate golf by the legendary Bruce Brockbank. I am forever grateful to him for what he taught me about life and what he taught me about golf. But he didn't recruit me because I was the longest hitter, and he didn't recruit me because I had the prettiest swing. He told me that he recruited me and wanted me a part of his team because I was scrappy. I knew how to get the ball in the hole. This is truth number 2. Some golfers believe that good putters are just born that way. They're just naturally good putters. And yes, there is a science to putting and there is an art to putting. And some may have a more natural inclination to be good at putting. Elite level putting is learned. You're not born with it. I had a high school student in my facility a couple of weeks ago for some putting lessons. She told me she 3-putted regularly. Well, after a couple of lessons, her coach texted me and said she had her first round with 0 3-putts, and she shot her lowest score of the season. That wasn't luck, that was skill. And those types of skills take effort to learn. But we worked on the mental side, how you approach putting, how you view yourself as a putter, in addition to the physical side of putting. How do you get that putter blade square at impact? How do you make sure your eye is seeing the right line? But here's the hard part. When you're trying to learn to be a great putter, it is almost impossible to improve what you can't see and what you can't measure. That's why one of the cornerstones of what I do as a teacher is using the SAM Putt Lab so that I know exactly what that putter blade is doing. This is truth number 3. There's a well-known concept in golf. What we're feeling isn't always the reality of what's actually happening. The number one influence on the direction of a putt is the putter face at impact. Pretty self-explanatory. If a putt goes right, the face was probably open. If a putt goes left, the face was probably closed. But there are a number of factors that influence how that putter returns to square at impact. I use the Putt Lab by Science in Motion, or the SAM Putt Lab, as a key tool when I teach putting. My students oftentimes will swear to me that they are aiming square at their target at address. On average, they are more than 1 degree open or closed, and at impact, more than 1/2 degree open or closed. They're not training their eye correctly, they're not training their eye to see the line properly, and they have a skewed view of what a square putter blade or putter face looks like. So, until you can measure and truly understand what your putting stroke is doing and why it's getting the club to either open or closed or square at impact, it's almost impossible to truly improve. Truth number 4, your 3-putts are way more about speed than they are the read missing that second putt. I hear people all the time 3-putt and say, oh, I missed that read. The reality is that the best putters in the world are making roughly 15 to 20% of their putts from 20 feet. What that means is your expectation from 20 feet and beyond should not be to make the putt. It should be to get that ball close enough to the hole that you can just tap it in and avoid the 3-putt. Truth number 5, when you actually do make it to the putting green, you're practicing the wrong things. People show up to the golf course, so they go out to the putting green and they start rolling some putts. And here's what I see. You go roll a couple of 15, 20, 25 footers, and you're probably not seeing a single ball go in the hole. You're not focusing on where's my putter blade at impact? Am I getting my stroke the way I need it to get that face in the right place at impact? That's not putting practice at all. Truth number 6, a new putter will not make you a better putter, period. There is a new technology, zero torque putters. It's a phenomenal technology that has proven to help. Can it help you stabilize the face at impact? Sure. Can it help you keep that stroke maybe just a little bit more consistent? Absolutely. Is it going to square up the face for you at impact? No, it's not. A new putter will not make you a better putter. Building the right skills through the right practice absolutely will. This is truth number 7. There is a good chance that the putter that you are using probably doesn't fit you right. If I were to ask you, why do you use a 35-inch putter? The answer would probably be, well, because that's the one that felt best in the store. Okay, that's fine. But when you go to the store, you've got a 33, a 34, and a 35. And my guess is you probably couldn't tell me what the loft on those putters, nor the lie angle really is. But the next question would be, what lie angle, what loft, and what length do you need? Now, that matters, and here's why. I see people get a new putter, and I see them change their setup, or change where they put their eyes, or change their hand angle to accommodate the putter, instead of the other way around, in saying, no, I'm gonna get the right posture. I know where my eyes need to be. I know what the right grip for me is. Now I'm gonna find the putter that fits me exactly the way I need it to. Getting the right fitting putter, will that help you be more consistent? Absolutely, there's no question. Now, let me say, if you do get fit for a new putter and you don't practice the right skills, even a well-fitting putter probably is not gonna help too much. This is the last hard truth. Great putters are those that can putt under pressure. Whether it's a weekend game with your buddies, whether you're trying to shoot your lowest score ever, whether it's the club championship, a high school, college, or professional tournament. Great putters are those that trust their fundamentals and that trust their strokes under pressure. Let me share a story with you. My senior year of college, I was at the Southeast NCAA Regional. Unfortunately, my team hadn't qualified for the national championship, but I still had a chance to qualify to compete in the national championship as an individual. On the 18th hole, I had a 5-foot putt, downhill, sloping right to left. I knew I had to make that putt just to get into a playoff to earn my spot as an individual competitor in the national championship that year. Well, I buried it right in the heart. I ended up going into a playoff that lasted 5 holes against a phenomenal player who went on to play on the PGA Tour, and I qualified for the national championship. It's exactly that I teach my students here at the Gilly. How we approach putting mentally, how we approach it from a technique standpoint. That's why I love using the Sam Putt Lab. I can get people to a point where they don't have to think about their stroke because they know that their putter face is square to dress. They know what they're looking for in their putter, and they know that they're starting those putts online. So they can shift to focusing on the right things and not worrying about their putting stroke. That's what we teach. That's where I get my players, is to trust their putting strokes so that they are making more putts even under pressure. So be honest with yourself this week. If putting is where you know you need to improve, which it almost always is, go start practicing your lag putts. Go implement the practice drill that I gave you earlier before you go buy another bucket of range balls, before you go hit another driver, before you start working on your swing again, because that's where you will truly lower your score and become a better golfer and a better competitor. And if you're ready to stop guessing at what your putting is doing and truly take your putting to the next level, my name is Robbie Fillmore. My contact information is below, and that's what my putting evaluation and coaching is all about. So reach out to me. Let's get better together.